Hey, what is up, everybody? This is the Great Puckettini coming at you on behalf of PuckettFanShop.com. And over at PuckettFanShop.com, that's my website where I put all my beautiful dog designs on all kinds of different products, from shirts to stickers to hoodies, just anything you can think of. So head on over to PuckettFanShop.com. I love to do business with you. Check out all of our dog designs. If you like a certain dog breed that we don't have, shoot me a message, and I'd love to put it on there and do business with you. But what I've got for you today is we got Arkansas Razorbacks have a big game this weekend versus Alabama, and what I'm going to bring to you today is 10 keys to an Arkansas Razorback victory versus Alabama. All right, first, key to victory number one is that we must stop junior quarterback Bryce Young. Bryce grades out at 90%. He's very efficient, been very efficient so far. Texas, and that's really the only game they've played that really lasted the whole game, and Texas almost beat them. So that's the game I'm really focused on when I was breaking down Alabama. I didn't watch much of the other ones. So Texas forced him into his lowest efficiency rating so far this season, but it was still 123.6, which is really good. And he still completed 69% of his passes versus Texas. But they were able to sack him 2 times, and that's the most that they've had so far this year in the game. So Texas, slowed him down a little bit. We're going to have to slow him down even more. Really try to get to him, put pressure on him. Key to victory number 2 for the Arkansas Razorbacks. We must slow down their running game. Texas forced them to their lowest rushing yards per game this season as well. Bama rushed for 161 yards on only 24 carries. That was a 6.7 yards per average. Bama, usually in the other games, they've averaged 235 yards rushing per game. So Texas really slowed them down by quite a bit there, by 70 yards or so. So you want to force Bama to pass the ball right now. They have a lot of young receivers that weren't there last year. They're going to be getting better, though. But we want to stop that running game and force them to pass, put them in obvious passing situations. And, I'm surprised Bama threw the ball that much. I mean, only run it 24 times. That's not very much. That's pretty surprising. So they didn't stick with it, even though they're averaging 6.7 yards per carry. I know they got down, and it happens in a game sometimes. But anyway, we want to load up on a run, make them throw the ball, make them throw those young, inexperienced receivers. All right, key to victory number 3 for the Razorbacks. We got to pick on their cornerback. His name is Kool-Aid McKinstry. He's a really good return man, but he grades out the worst of all of Alabama's corners at 62%. That's by far the worst. The rest of them are pretty good. He's a better run stopper, it looks like, but so we need to throw the ball at him, pick on him in obvious passing situations. Find the man he's covering and throw at him. Because the rest of them are pretty good pass coverage. All right, key to victory number 4 for the Arkansas Razorbacks. We must slow down running back Jahmyr Gibbs. Now, I just said we must slow down the running game, but Jahmyr Gibbs not only is their leading rusher, he's their leading receiver out of the backfield, and he's their second leading rusher. So we must know where he is and make sure we have him covered. He did have a good game versus Texas, but it wasn't a monster game. So we got to know where he is. These running backs like a chain from Texas A&M are giving us some fits. So we got to find him, know where he is, and don't let him have a big game on us. All right, key to victory number 5, probably the biggest one, is we cannot commit any turnovers this week. We all know what turnovers did to us against Texas A&M. Totally changed that game. We should have won. If we have any turnovers this week, we lose against Alabama. They're too good. One turnover, we lose. There's no room for them this week. Okay, we just can't do it. Can't have it. We got to protect the football. Period. The end. All right. Key to victory number 6. We must stick with the running game. Kendall Briles. All right, Texas only averaged 2.4 yards per carry, but they stuck with it. They ran the ball 33 times, which they won the time of possession, kept Alabama's offense off the field. And that's why they had to throw the ball a lot more than they wanted to. So Briles has to be patient and run the ball. Stick with it, okay? We got to run it 35, 40 times. Try to keep their offense off the field. That's our strength. and then play action pass off of it. Pick on McThirsty, Kool-Aid boy, okay? Kool-Aid man. All right, now, and that whole thing is trying to keep Alabama's offense off the field, of course, But we got to stick with that running game. Got to, Kendall. Can't get pretty this week, okay? Run to your strengths. And I'd like to see Rocket get more of the carries, Don't worry about resting him. We got to win football games. All right. Key to victory number 7. Arkansas must win the penalty battle. When Texas played them, they only had 5 penalties for 30 yards. And Alabama had 15 for 100, which is crazy. There might have been some home cooking there in Texas. But 100 yards basically means that Alabama gave them another touchdown with that. You say for every 100 yards, it's a touchdown. So you say that their penalties added up to equal a touchdown for Texas probably there, So we need to win that turnover battle, too, to stay in the game. And I say stay in the game. I don't think they'll come out and just ramrod us, run us over. Arkansas is too good for that, unless we just collapse like we did against Georgia, but it's at Arkansas. So we should be a game, should be in it, okay? So I'm not saying that just to be in the game we got to do this. I think we'll be in the game, have a chance to win. Let me get that straight, first of all. All right, key to victory number 8. Arkansas's punter, Max Fletcher, must be consistent and have a big day. He's been inconsistent this year, Coach Pittman talked about it. He said, had too many of those 20, 30-yard punts, and that hurt us against A&M some. We can't have any of that. We need 40-plus yard punts to flip that field position. So we're going to have to punt it some against Alabama. Y'all know Nick Saban, his defenses are tough. We're going to have to punt some. We're going to have to be conservative. Punt that ball, flip field position. Special teams got to be big. Punt teams got to be big. Key to victory number 9 is we have to force the Alabama running backs to be pass blockers, okay? And this is an obvious passing situations. Alabama's offensive line are really good pass blockers. They all grade out very well. There's not really anybody that I think you could really pick on. You like to put Drew Sanders on one of them that's not very good, but they're all pretty good. But their running backs grade out very poorly at pass protection. That's probably why they throw to them a lot. That's why they throw it to, can't remember how to pronounce his name, Jahmyr Gibbs. That's probably why they throw it to him a lot. That's what you always do. If you have a running back that don't block very well, just send him out on a pass route every time. And what a lot of teams do is their linebackers will read that running back, and he's man-to-man. And if he stays in and blocks, that linebacker's going to blitz. If he runs a route, he'll cover him. So we need to bring more than they have blockers to force one of their running backs to have to pick up somebody. And that's when we can get to Bryce Young. That also means we got man coverage on the outside, so we got to be able to lock up the receivers and their tight ends. But anyway, that's how you force them to do it, okay? Now, Gibbs, he grades out at 50% in pass blocking. McClellan, their leading rusher, is even worse. Well, he's at 55.3%. So they're both in the 50s, So when it's obvious passing situations, we need to blitz more than they have linemen to block and force one of those running backs to block. It'd be great to be able to match up Drew Sanders on one of them. Their line's pretty good. They're good pass blockers. We're not going to get much on them, I don't think. The way we're going to get pressure is blitz and force those running backs to pick people up. They don't want to do that. And the young running backs, when they come to the NFL, that's usually the one thing they're weakest at, picking up blitzes. Just don't do it much. In college, they just send them out in routes. Instead of having them block, they send them out. But the NFL, you get backed up. You can't just dink and dunk it. Because you dink it, you're only going to gain about a yard or two. And at college, you throw that to somebody good, he might bust one. But that don't always work in the NFL. All right, key to victory number 10. The Arkansas fans have to be loud and give Alabama a hard time. We got to have home field advantage. It's Saturday night, 6 o'clock, I think is what I saw as the start time. That's great for their fans to be there, be just revved up, ready to go. We got to force them into some illegal procedure penalties, delay of games. Alabama committed 15 penalties, I told you earlier, for 100 yards at Texas. They had 100,000 or so there. We'll have 70-something thousand, hopefully, screaming Razorback fans, and we've got to make it hard on them. We've got to help our team win. You guys, I won't be able to be there, but you've paid the price of admission, so go there and make your voices heard and be loud and proud and try to help those Hogs out. Try to help them out. And that's all I got, guys. That's my 10 keys to victory. If you like this if you like this video, please hit that like button and share this video with other Arkansas Razorback fans. I'd love for you to come back to my Great Puckettini channel. I do videos on the Arkansas Razorbacks and the Dallas Cowboys. I do usually 3 or 4 videos a week, so come check them out and leave me a message. Tell me what you think. I'd love to have a conversation with you. I love talking football all the time. And I love dogs too. So go over to PuckettFanShop.com and check out all those beautiful dog designs I have. I'd love to do business with you. And last but not least, I'd like to say, go Hogs. And see y'all later. See you on the next one. Go Hogs.